Sleep no be die. Shake no day. Shake no go come day. Until we reach Booyah. Until we reach Booyah. We shall never leave our journey halfway, oh. Until we reach Booyah. For November 2017, when Puwabia declare war for Ambazonia, our brothers and sisters them pick cutlass them. Our brothers and sisters them pin them guns for defend homeland. Them be talk say them go crash Amba in 2 weeks, but not 10 years now I'm counting. La Republique still nova fit crash Amba. Shey, oh for La Republique. Shake no day. Small no be sick. Ambalanda we country. Sleep no be die. Ambalanda we country. All amba them for ground zero. Una chop fire. Una tighty. Una remember how this thing be there for 2018 now. Make una know the beat with people them. Make una go back for respect with people them. Make with people them. Una first line of defense. Una go see say them go the LM. Una give una information. Even give una chop, give una money. Now so we want them. Una di do a good job. We thank una for all the good work. Way una di do. Amba must be free. No be die, shake no day. Small no be sick, oh. Ambalanda we country. Wata. Small no be sick, oh. Ambalanda we country. Shake no day. Small no be sick, oh. Ambalanda we country. Sleep no be die. Ambalanda we country.
Greetings everybody. Please share as you join this impromptu session with Sheikh Kavi Wamalim. Kuri, thank you. Ongba, thank you for joining. Please share as you join this impromptu session. Eves, you're welcome. Our topic for today, for this impromptu session, is diving into La Republique politics. And my question is Biya any different from Chiruma, or is Chiruma any different from Biya? DMX, you're welcome. Collins, I see you. You're welcome. Please share as you join. It will be a very short session because it beats my imagination. It baffles me. I am perplexed seeing what is happening in La Republique du Cameroon. I think the guys have been so hungry for a change that they will even embrace the brother of a devil in order to see that change, or in order to activate that change, or to see change come to their country. The guys, I don't understand the marabout that has been done to Cameroonese is one that will be very, very difficult for any other marabout to undo, because that country in itself looks like the workshop of all the marabouts combined. The Sangomas of South Africa, the marabouts of Ghana and Biafra land, everywhere they are combined into that small hell called Cameroon. Because I tell you, my dear people, I also see some Ambazonians sharing and saying things and positive things about this two-headed snake called Issa Chiruma. Issa Chiruma has been a betrayal from the onset. But what is happening within this present context is not betraying per se. I do firmly believe that there is a game between Paul Biya and Chiruma that some of you will understand very late. You know, some of us have been reading Cameroon politics for a very long time, and that we try to digest, or try to digest for real everything we see. In Cameroon politics, if somebody gets up and tell you good morning, always ask yourself, why is he or she telling you good morning? Because there must be something behind it. It's not like in Ambazonia where good morning means good morning or good afternoon means good afternoon. There, if somebody says good morning, ask yourself, why is this person telling me good morning? People are fast to forget that Issa Chiruma is the architect of what Paul Biya is. Issa Chiruma is one of the founding members of what Paul Biya is today. And then few months, or was it 2 months to the so-called Cameroon election, the guy said he's stepping out of CPDM or his union with Paul Biya, and he's picking up his political campaign. Just 2 months after whining and dining with the same person for years. And then Cameroonese, as sheepish as they are, forget about everything. They just forgot about the fact that Issa Chiruma is one of the foundation stone of what Paul Biya is today. And they're going around. You see, many people are coming out. They want change. They are so hungry for change that they will embrace even the devil. This is so sad. They don't even ask questions. Is this a game? If it is a game, how are they going to play it? I keep on telling you guys that why Paul Biya sent Issa Chiruma out. They might threaten to do this or that to Issa Chiruma just to make sure that their game looks like it is serious. It's because La Republique military is already being stretched in Ambazonia. La Republique military is already being stretched with the fight against Boko Haram. They cannot afford another war. They cannot. And when the Northerners started shouting, seeing the dilapidated situation of their roads, in fact, the decadence in their society, the moral injustice, economic injustice, political injustices, and many other things, and they started clamoring for a change. The Northerners started making audios. Some of us, you might have listened to some of those audios. They are somewhere also in my TikTok. You hear them threatening how they are going to carve themselves their own state, and that they are going to pick up arms to do their own things. Look, Paul Biya knew that these guys can do what they are saying. First of all, they arrested one of the Malams who made that audio threatening that are going to pick up arms. He's in Konengi as I'm talking. That was around 1 year ago when they picked him up. And the noise continued. He remembered that Ambazonians started making noise, telling him to address their situation. And he thought that arresting us and doing this nonsense that they are doing will solve the problem. He realized quickly that even when that Malam was picked up, the noise continued, and even more. Because the same shame, the same bad road, the same political rape that they were feeling, they were still feeling it even after the guy had been picked up. So it was not a solution. So they had to dispatch Issa Chiruma and Bello Buba out there to divide the North into two. Because they know that when their people will go out there and they are talking, it will kill down that urge, you know, for that change that the people so yearn for. It has divided the North, because there will be some Nordists who are eating from the table who will still support CPDM, and then there will still be some Nordists who will see like, oh, Issa Chiruma is one of ours, and he has left that union. He's coming now to also go to Yaoundé, and when he's in Yaoundé, we will also have our own bread. We will be able to have our own bread like the Bassas or wherever Paul Biya is from are having. Or is it BT? I don't even know where he is from. Then the North is divided. Then when Bolo Boba will be talking in his own area that I am one of yours, I'm going to the presidency, please stop talking about speeding Cameroon or picking up arms. Let us try this. Because if a person like me goes there, the North will be fine. I will tar the roads. I will do this. I'm one of yours. I see this shit that you people are seeing. And then you see the Northerners will come down. And they'll continue with the war in Ambazonia. And they'll continue fighting Boko Haram. And Paul Biya will stay there. Let me tell you something. That is the reason why Issa Chiruma and Bello Buba are out. And they also know that war be tight, another person takes up power in A2D, in La Republique du Cameroon. Bello Buba, Issa Chiruma, all the ministers in Paul Biya's government, they'll be prisoners. They all know. So as they know this, they have to play their game very, very well. They have to play their cards very, very well. If another person takes over, that person will need money to run his or her government. And to have that money, you must squeeze those ministers that have robbed Cameroon out of the necessary finances that Cameroon so much needed. And how will you do that? By arresting all the ministers. You became a minister in 2006, and 2007 you built this story building. You are not a businessman, you were a minister. And in 2008, you purchased this company. You opened this account in this country. You had this, you had that. Where did you get the money from? All of them are criminals. So if you don't accept to play the game to stay alive and to continue eating, then you have accepted to let another person comes up and takes and puts you in jail. So all of these guys, they know the game they are playing. So all of you shouting, Issa Chiruma, Issa did this. Issa Chiruma is the architect of what Paul Biya is today. How do people forget? How? I don't understand. People are so hungry for change that they'll even embrace a tiger or a lion. Because they want that change. The same lion that would devour you. Because if Issa Chiruma even comes up today, he'll be more vicious than Paul Biya. And some Ambazonians are thinking like Issa Chiruma is going to grant all this. Forget it. Listen to that guy very, very well. He's speaking the same language as Paul Biya. The same language. One an indivisible Cameroon, but he will call you people to the table to talk on how, on the form of state, on how whether to go back to federation or this, because he's selling federation out to you guys. But then, all this carnage that has happened in Ambazonia, all the villages burned, the houses burned, people killed, and kids in bushes, people have lost almost everything that they ever dreamt of. So he thinks that all of this is for a federation. So he thinks. People arrested, arbitrarily arrested, and put to jail. So he thinks that all of this is for federation. So he thinks. So people don't be taken with this nonsense. This is a guy who had been around the corridors of Paul Biya's power from inception. From inception, he is one of the architects of the foundation on which Paul Biya stands. And if Paul Biya is guilty of any corruption, Issa Chiruma or Bello Buba or whosoever is guilty of that same corruption or of that same manipulation. So people don't ask questions, and Cameroonians are too. I don't know what the type of marabout, like I'm saying, that is in that country. I don't even believe in all of these marabout things, but I'm just using it as a word. It is a shame. It is a shame what is happening in Cameroon. That is a country where you can say it as is an example of hell on earth. I watch a picture where they are fighting over some crumbs with their CPGM cloth. I wrote something on it that this is an example of Cameroon. You take 500 francs, you toss on the air, you see La Republique, the Cameroon citizen, they will fight on that, over that 500 francs CFA. They will inflict pain on each other that is worth 15,000 francs CFA for 500 francs. These are people who toss their future for bread and sardine, not up to 700 francs CFA. They give you one bread, one sardine, and you mortgage your future for 7 years. They carry you, put you in a bus, you go and do some parade somewhere that you are doing Paul Biya's electoral campaign and whatsoever, and when you are done, you are coming out of that bus and are giving you 2,000 francs CFA. Youths! It sickens me because most of them are youths doing this. Mortgaging their future, selling their future for 2,000 francs CFA. Selling 7 years of their life in misery for 2,000 francs CFA. Something, money that they cannot eat for 2 days. Instead of standing firm, starving themselves without having that 2,000 francs, without taking it, starving themselves to have a better future, to have something more than 2,000 francs CFA. This is a psychology that these francophones don't have. And this their thing of buying love with gifts and all of those things, they have brought it also into Ambazonia. You see, these their so-called bills after burning your villages, burning your houses, they carry mattresses. These 2 to 7 centimeter mattresses, and they come and call the population and some half bags of rice and 2 liters of groundnut oil with your house burned, and they call you and they are giving you handouts. They call it handouts. Why they have burnt millions? Your house worth millions. The future of your kids that cannot be quantified in terms of finance. People in their graves that cannot be quantified in terms of finance. And you go and stand there and you are receiving a 2 centimeter thickness of mattress. Or you come and they grate your road and they put 1 centimeter tar on it, let's say polish, and you are happy the government is doing this as if it is a gift to you. You don't even know it is your right. It's something that would have done to you for you people long time ago. People are hitting their chest and they are happy. Issa Chiruma, those who are supporting all of these things, is not different from Paul Biya. It's the same dance. It is the same dance. If you take let's say you're boiling beans, and the water that that came out of that beans, no matter, even if it stays for 1 day, 4 days, 3 days, and you put that same water in a new dish, it doesn't change it from being leftovers. It doesn't change it from having the same smell that water is supposed to have. It will be the same water, the same content, the same chemical components, the same method of fermentation that will be in that new dish. So Issa Chiruma and Paul Biya are like that beans water. It doesn't matter what dish you put them inside. Old dish, new dish, big dish, small dish, they have the same fermentation. They have the same chemical component, and you have the same odor. It's really shameful and really funny. I am not here, by the way, to preach Cameroon politics, but I just look at them like, how did we get here? How did we become part of this, of people with this mindset? I don't know. This is a mistake that if God was a man, some of us would have must have taken him down. It's an error. It's an error. So, ladies and gentlemen, most of you who are sharing these Chiruma things, Ambazonians sharing this, you are making a very big mistake. A very, very big mistake. This is the same person who was the Minister of Communication. And he told you people that the bees do not kill people. When they started the genocide in Ambazonia, he told you people frankly, vehemently, and clearly and boldly that how can you say this? The bee does not kill people. Today he comes out, the same person who was Minister of Communication, when they took internet, means of communication, from Ambazonia for almost 6 months and committed the genocide they were committing. The Santa massacre, the Ngabu, all of those things, the Mamfe, the Ngokitunja, the Kwakwa, all of them. He was Minister of Communication. He had so many interviews over the BBC. He had so many interviews over Radio France International. He had so many interviews over CNN, Voice of America, and even on their so-called CRTV, vehemently telling Ambazonians that their soldiers are doing a marvelous work and that they do not commit acts of genocide or atrocities. That they are well-trained and well-drilled military. Today, the same Yam stands and he's telling you people that he is very sorry. He was misled. Misled by who? Misled by who? And if somebody who has got internet, he has got everything that he can make research, was so lazy to make research, was so lazy to read the internet to see what is happening in Ambazonia, and he was misled by the people he's fighting against now. It means that those people are even more intelligent than him. It means that if you are standing for him as a president, then all the time he will be misled by something or somebody. Then he's not even capable of running a political party. If he can be easily misled, or he's not able to make research on anything. So it is only after he realized, or when they had their meetings with the Paul Biya, and Paul Biya sent them out to go and start this their so-called campaign, so as to divide the so-called opposition, real opposition. I mean, real opposition, I don't mean people like even Kamto, because Kamto is part of the system. Kamto is also one of the architects of what Paul Biya is. So he is not even far of it. I mean, real opposition, like guys who have never even been part of the system. Like guys who have never ever been part of anything called Paul Biya. Don't look at SDF, because OC is part of the system. He's part of the system. I always say it bluntly. Because if there is any opposition in that piece of yam called Cameroon, it must be somebody who has never been part of that system. If they were glamoring and yearning for that type of a person, I would say these people are thinking. But you are glamoring and standing and yelling from the same person that is one of the architect of what Paul Biya is, and thinking that you need that there is a change. You are so crazy. When this election result that I know when the election took place, because it took place already. The result have been drafted, typed, and is sealed in a file. And you see one of those grandfathers, that old pig, one of those grandfathers will sit again on the 14th or whenever and read the elections, and Paul Biya will be the victor. All of these guys going around, they know that they cannot do nothing. They know that the solution to Cameroon's problem is not in the ballot box. They know. But they need that money. They need to fill in their bank accounts, because they know that they are defeated before going. They know that the result is already out there, lying somewhere to be read. What can delay it is only the time to read it. When they shall read this result, that Paul Biya is the victor of this election, bet me, you will hear two side snake Chiruma. He will come out to tell his people that Cameroon is a peaceful country and he is a man of peace, and that based on the results of the elections, he is given the results of the elections, he is do likewise for this peaceful, loving nation, Cameroon. This is what he will say. And I bet you he already have his position. They already draw where the next cabinet, where he's going to fit. And that's how he will go back to whatever he was doing. Bello Buba will be the same. It is not the first time this is happening. Before Issa Chiruma went into this become a government, one of the government, so-called whatever that he has become a minister of what and what and what. He had a coalition with the opposition parties, and just after the election, that's where he offered everything to Paul Biya, and he was made a minister. It is the same thing that is going to happen. Once a con man, always a con man. So if Cameroonians want to be coned for the rest of their miserable lives, they should do that without Ambazonia. And I'm pleading on all of you Ambazonians. They called all of us, whether you hit your chest that you are an Ambazonian or not, you are. Because the way Cameroon looks at you is the same way they look at me. It doesn't matter if you are my countryman fighting against Ambazonians or not, they look at you the same like they look at me. It doesn't matter if you are the best black leg in their midst, that they parade you with their helicopters to show where your soldiers are, or move in their military vans to show where our soldiers are. They look at you, and even worse than they look at me, because in their hearts they are laughing at you, Anglophile as you really are. They're laughing at you because they see us the same way. We are 2 cubes of sugar. And they are expecting these 2 cubes of sugar that they call us to go out and legitimize their dozen of sugar, their packets of sugars. And you see sheep Anglophiles running out to go and vote. Les ennemis dans la maison, les Biafrins, les Noso, all those derogatory names that they call you, you pick it up in your chest and you're going to vote as one of the les ennemis dans la maison, one of the 2 cubes of sugar, one of les Biafrins, one of les Noso, one of les Anglo. Some of us are thinking, some of us are not. Please think well. Think well before you risk your life on that day that you are going to legitimize nonsense. Because that thing is nonsense. It doesn't worth you risking your life. Cameroon election doesn't worth you risking your life. Because the result will not change. But you might end up dead. I say it. You might end up dead. But the result is already written. Why risk it? Why risk it? The ballot box is not the solution to Cameroon's problem, and it will never be. Probably dead or alive, the ballot box will never be the solution to Cameroon's problem. Because even if he dies, the next person coming up must be somebody that will protect all of those ministers, those old baboons that have been eating and draining that same country dry. If not, no other person will step in. It is a unit. It's a clique of thieves protecting themselves. So I repeat to you, does it worth you risking your life for that nonsense? Should you risk your life for that nonsense? Then you must have a very, very big empty head. If you risk your life for something that can make a change, that's understandable. But Cameroon's election cannot affect change, either in La Republique du Cameroon or in Ambazonia. It can only affect change in Ambazonia if you stay off that their sham. You've registered somewhere. There are people who picks it from somewhere. Going out to vote is going out to legitimize the kingship of the vampire called Paul Biya. Yeah, it's simple. That man is going nowhere. Even you who is going out to vote, you know it. You know it. Why risk it? Yeah. Why risk it? There is no way anybody out of that clique, Issa Chiruma, Yondo and Betty, or how they call those their people in Yaoundé, that clique around Paul Biya, Tanganji Paul, who is the minister of waiting at the presidency, this guy who is signing Paul Biya's documents now and what, that clique, if you are not part of that clique, forget it. The only solution to Cameroon's problem is out of the ballot box. And they don't have the lever to find that solution. So they will turn like this for many, many years. They don't have the lever. And they don't have any opposition candidate in that their country that has got the lever to sacrifice for them. They don't have it. They have men in suit. Cameroon, the political atmosphere in Cameroon doesn't need men in suit. Maybe they don't even need people with PhDs. They need few people who have gone mad to free millions. They just need few mad people. That's what that hell of a country needs. Not the ballot box. But do they have those few mad people? When bread and sardine is concerned, when they can kill their brothers for 500 francs, when they mortgage their 7 years of their lives, youth, for 2,000 francs, do they look like people who have got something in their head? How did we become part of this? Guys, I don't get it. I don't get it. So people, do not waste your energy. Do not waste your time. Do not risk your life, fellow Ambazonians, going out from Saturday and Sunday in the whole of Ambazonia. Saturday and Sunday, do not risk your life for something that will not affect any change. You might leave your house and you don't come back. You might be the one being shown on social media lying there lifeless. And it will change nothing. Why risk it for something you already know that will have no change? If you like everybody in Cameroon vote for Issa Chiruma, Paul Biya is a victor. I've told you that it's not the ballot box because the result is already typed. They'll be reading the results of your polling station when you people are standing there on the line voting. That's how that country is. It will be a shame for anybody to risk his or her life. Even to Cameroonese, I don't see them. I don't see any reason why they should be participating in this legitimization of Paul Biya's kingship. They know the results. They know the results already. So, Issa Chiruma is the architect of what Paul Biya is today. He's one of the foundation on which Paul Biya stands. If Paul Biya is guilty of treason, if Paul Biya is guilty of embezzlement, capital flight, and whatsoever, Issa Chiruma is guilty of the same thing. So they are the same wine in different bottles, but they are the same wine. The taste the same, the fermentation is the same, the smell is the same, the chemical components are the same, the color is the same. It is just the bottle that is different. So don't go around there shouting, oh, Issa Chiruma, oh, see this. I'm just sorry for Camerooners because they don't know the game they are playing. They don't know that they are being played. Issa Chiruma is not an opposition to Paul Biya. He's not. He's not. He might even just be, he might just be a resting spot for Paul Biya. Let's say, in short, if he wins, they have their deal. He becomes the president. He cleared Paul Biya of all crimes, gives him immunity, and all the so-called ministers around Paul Biya, he still puts them again in offices, you know, and the same equipe continues. It's still their game. They have won, but you have been played. So if you waste your time struggling around somebody who have been around Paul Biya for the rest of his enjoyable life, thinking that you are making a change, you are just crazy. They are the same people. They are the same people. So, Ambazonians, stay home on Sunday. No church. No church. Don't be mistaken that there is church open or this. God will not kill you if you don't pray for one day. Stay home Saturday and Sunday. Monday, normal country Sunday. Tuesday, You start your businesses. Go around with your businesses. But be very careful. Do not put your life at risk. Do not be the one being shown on TV. Do not be the one being paraded on social media, lying lifeless somewhere. Because it doesn't ring a bell. There is no warning. You leave your house, you look like everything is cleared, but you don't know where it comes. Don't risk it for something that will not change. Don't risk it for something that will not change. The election results are already typed and kept in the cupboard. I said this last election and even election before last, and people say, no, not this time. This time around, if it happens, Nijon said this, Nijon. I said, forget about Nijon. Nijon is not different from Paul Biya. People were angry. It came out. Nijon took his Bible and said, we are going to court. We are going. Which court? The court that I appoint the chief judge, and you are taking me to that same court. Something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. The chief judge goes contrary to what to what my aspirations are. I dismiss him or her. So, what court are you going to? And the past election, this what do they call this Bamlike man? They shouted the same thing. Oh, it will not happen. Oh, it happened. What happened? Nothing. Let me tell you, the day that they'll be reading this election, Paul Biya will plan his talks all over the country. All over. There will be, before you leave your house, you see like 6 gendarmes. Before you leave your quarter, you see like 10 gendarmes. Before you leave the roundabout in front of your house, you see like 12. Before you go to the market, you see like 13. Before you go to church, you see like 50. Before you go, that's how they will be standing. On the night before they read that election. And when they read that election, come out there, you want to demonstrate. They'll put 5, 6, 7 of you down, and you see the rest of this francophone. They'll melt into their houses. And that is, the world can say anything, blah, 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 blah. That old man, those old people, those ancestors, they don't care. They don't care. Because there's no way you can pour libation again in that country for ancestors to hear. Our ancestors, dead ancestors to hear. Because living ancestors, as you are pouring it, they are drinking it. It doesn't even reach the dead ancestors. So there's no way libation can even help that country. So the La Republique military will be ready to kill. Because the guys also, they don't have, something is wrong with their psychology. I don't know what they are protecting. Because they'll take that order and kill youth like them. And some of them are in that military because they didn't have another job. It's not because they're just there because it is a job. And youth that will be coming out struggling to make sure that there is a change. The same idiots, because they had gone, they will fire at them. And you see the rest of these francophones, lily-livered people, they'll go into their houses, and that will be it. If I was using the Bible and talking to you, some of you would have said I'm a prophet. But you won't say that now until when it happens. You will know that I said this thing. I have been seeing all of these things. But for Ambazonians, we are gone. Ladies and gentlemen, we are doing strong. We are doing fine. And we are praying and hoping that those Ambazonians that have just been arrested of recent, that their case comes up in court. So join us in pinning your fingers and pouring libation that one court somewhere just charge them. Because as you know, Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba were waiting for the charges. We are begging to go to court. We want them to define to us that geographical location where the alleged crimes took place. That is what is very difficult for them to. Maybe the ones in America might try to define to us the geographical location and how and what gave Cameroon the right to exercise their sovereignty over that geographical location. So join us, and also you can also support the ongoing diplomacy and ongoing court cases and the prisoners and all whatnot that you want. Community schools, you can also support. If you want to support, always touch me. I'll send you the link on how you can maybe support and give in whatever you want to give. On diplomacy, on the court cases, on education, on community mobilization, on health. We have corridors for all of those things that you could always chip in what you want to chip. So that said, ladies and gentlemen, I remain yours, Barefoot Soldier, your brother and humble servant. Have a nice day, and I love you all.
What are you voting for? They call us dogs. They call us enemies in the house. So does that mean you are a dog? So does that mean you are an enemy in the house? If not, then what are you voting for? We are Southern Cameroonians. Elections are for citizens of La Republique du Cameroon. Will your vote bring back Grandma Happy? Will your vote bring back baby and darling? Will your vote bring back baby Martha? Will your vote bring back the children in Cameroon? Will your vote bring back the children of St. Francis School in Kumba? We are not citizens of La Republique du Cameroon. We have never been citizens of La Republique du Cameroon. Our ancestor Molanjo Litumbe reminded us that Jumba no be married. Our ancestor Dr. Oendele reminded us to never vote for death in La Republique du Cameroon. Will your vote bring back Grandma Happy? Will your vote bring back baby and darling? Will your vote bring back baby Martha? Will your vote bring back the children in Lagoon? Will your vote bring back the children of St. Francis School in Kumba? What are you voting for? Your vote in La Republique du Cameroon elections means all our brothers and sisters should die in La Republique prison. Are you happy that thousands of our brothers and sisters are in La Republique prison? Are you happy that more than 60,000 of our parents, brothers, sisters and children have been killed by La Republique du Cameroon? Are you happy that over 200 of our villages have been burned by La Republique du Cameroon? Think about this very well. Is this what you want? Will your vote bring back Grandma Happy? Will your vote bring back baby and darling? Will your vote bring back baby Martha? Will your vote bring back the children in Kabul? Will your vote bring back the children of St. Francis School in Kumba?
At 90 years old, starting new terms. I mean, you guys are crazy or what? We've seen people in wheelchairs, you know, unable to raise hands to standing for elections. To lead us where? To the grave? This is a joke. Yes, you are right to laugh.
So I am completely embarrassed because I brought some words to say.
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
2 minutes, Mr. President. I know you are a president, but here we are all equal. Yeah? No, it's okay. It's okay. Speak, we can hear. We can hear, yeah. Speak here.
Understand me? So I am completely embarrassed.
Mr. President.
The whole world is laughing at us. This continent is continent of young people. Half of our people here are below 20 years old. Yes? Look at the average age of our presidents. It's about 63, 64 years old. We're the only continent in the world where we have presidents at 90 years old starting new terms. I mean, you guys are crazy or what?
From 1954 to 1961.
History has not forgotten that Buea was the headquarters of West Cameroon. History has not forgotten that Buea was the capital of Southern Cameroon.
Southern Cameroon was an autonomous country with its own government, headed by a prime minister with capital in Buea. Southern Cameroon had its own parliament with the House of Chiefs. Southern Cameroon had its own airlines. Southern Cameroon had its own power station in Yoke. Southern Cameroon had its own police force. Southern Cameroon had its own seaport in Victoria. Southern Cameroon had its own currency, the pound sterling. Unfortunately, our colonial masters, the British, convinced the United Nations for Southern Cameroons to attain independence by joining La Republique du Cameroon via a 1961 plebiscite. With a federal constitution. Article 47 prohibited the changing of the form of the federal republic. But La Republique du Cameroon changed the constitution through a 1972 fraudulent referendum of oui and yes. La Republique du Cameroon attained its independence on January 1, 1960 without Southern Cameroon. Southern Cameroon attained its independence on October 1, 1961. They formed the Federal Republic. Our ancestors Kamal and Jolly Tombe reminded us that there is no union treaty between Southern Cameroon and La Republique du Cameroon. To organize another referendum to ask us whether we want to stay in this union or not. Show us the union treaty. As Mola and Jolly Tambe reminded us, Chumba no be married. La Republique du Cameroon has taken advantage of us. They have destroyed our economy. They robbed us of our resources. They robbed us of our basic humanity. On November 30, 2017, Paul Biya declared a war on us. They murdered over 60,000 of our grandparents, our brothers, our sisters, and our children. They What did we do to deserve this? La Republique du Cameroon attained its independence on January 1, 1960 without Southern Cameroon. Southern Cameroon attained its independence on October 1, 1961. They formed a verbal federal republic. Our ancestor Molanjo Litamba reminded us that there is no union treaty between Southern Cameroons and La Republique du Cameroon. We request the United Nations to organize another referendum to ask us whether we want to stay in this union or not. Show us the union treaty. As Molanjo Litambe reminded us, Chumba no Bimare. As Molanjo Litambe reminded us, Chumba no Bimare. Chumba no Bimare. Chumba no Bimare. Chumba no Bimare.
Gary boy them, when I see this flag so, no be so this flag be there. This flag be ever get na 2 star them, and the 2 star them, they be there na for this side. What happen? Where this 2 star turn 1 star, then come out from this side, come this side. All things be start na for Fumban. After the Fumban conference now, they be draw up this constitution. We call them say the 1961 constitution. This constitution, it be drawn up on the 1st of September 1961. Then they enforce them to law on the 1st of October 1961. For inside this constitution, when I hear fine, inside this very constitution, it shows say the Federal Republic of Cameroon is formed as from October 1st, 1961. That one na Article 1 inside the constitution. Then under paragraph 4, they talk about, they say the national flag shall be green, red, and yellow in 3 vertical bands of equal size with 2 gold stars superimposed on the green band. When I hear final, it not finish for there. We'll go down to Article 10. They talk about, they say the president of the Federal Republic shall be elected for a term of 5 years. He shall be eligible for re-election. That means the president not be even get term limit. Now, when I see some article for here, this very article, I'm going to phone the fit crease for the article. When I see this article, Article 47, when I hear to this Article 47 talk, it say any proposal for the revision of the present constitution which impairs the unity and integrity of the federation shall be inadmissible. What did that one mean? It means that say this so no person not ever propose any change they do about the constitution where it go change the federal nature of the country. Say Cameroon must remain a federal nation. Whether you want to wait, no proposal, no way any man fit do and where it go change this particular federal nation. When I take care of that very well, we will continue. Article 38, second paragraph. They talk about this waiting. The House of Chiefs of the Southern Cameroon shall be maintained. Una no House of Chiefs they know. Let me say chief them for Southern Cameroon. They get to their own legislative house where they go down there, they take decision. Then una yet to Article 40 be talking. Article 40 be talk say this so legislative power shall be exercised in each federated state by a legislative assembly. That means say no. For West Cameroon, we get their own West Cameroon House of Assembly. Then for East Cameroon, they get their own East Cameroon House of Assembly. Now so all thing be there. Where paragraph 1 for that very Article 40, it go talk say this so nevertheless in West Cameroon certain powers may be exercised in matters of legislation by the House of Chiefs. Now that House of Chiefs so where now one of the beginning for the Anglophone problem. Now when I hear to Article 39 talk, Article 39 talk and say the president of the Federal Republic shall appoint the prime minister of each federated state who must be confirmed in office by simple majority vote of legislative assembly of the state concerned. I mean say no, pay just be like na a task no, pay just like say na for a task. I mean say president the first appoint prime minister, then they take that prime minister, they go with for inside House of Legislation, then the House of Legislation they confirm that pay. That means say no, the pay be a very wounded organized pay. All things begin the work fine. It shows say we get prime minister for West Cameroon and then we get prime minister for East Cameroon. That means say if we want put the executive in hierarchy, that means say we get the prime minister of West Cameroon, then we get the prime minister of East Cameroon, then we get the vice president for the Federal Republic, and then we get the president of the Federal Republic. And then for the legislative structure now, we get the West Cameroon House of Assembly, then we get the East Cameroon Cameroon House of Assembly. They will get the Federal House of Assembly. All things be na track, everything be na in order. All man begin the jolly, all man begin the enjoy, all man be like and we begin to call francophones and say now we brothers them. All man begin to enjoy the thing. Everybody be happy. Until they can finally discover crude oil for Limbe for 1972. Now, thing I want to come, it be a bit controversial, but it depends na for which side you dey. For better enjoy budget where they could sell in Goya Utano. I to discover say this so now only West Cameroon can mostly enjoy the budget where they could sell in Goya Utano. If you don't eat the market, you know nothing for do. How Goya could dey for pay? Now only West Cameroon could enjoy the highest percentage for that Goya. Now I just tap France. I just tell France say this so they don't discover Goya, but in Goya this so now only West Cameroon could enjoy the highest percentage for the Goya. Send me the door. Now France tell I just say now they are federation thing. Close with that federation. That federation now it will stop you for not enjoy that Goya. I just don't tell the men they say I say how now tell me say ma close down federation. We know they will close down federation. When I don't remember Article 47. While Article 47 talks say this so no man no fit make proposition or proposal where go touch the federation nature of the state. So we know they will close down federation. When I don't know what I think to I don't fit close down federation. Didn't Goya this so happy enjoying Goya massa. When I tell me now we katikuru them. When I know what they call and say the real lawyer they know. Yeah, constitutional lawyer them for France. They take that constitution. They shit on top of that constitution. They rather the constitution. The 1961 constitution no. They rather the constitution. They rather and they rather. They boom like the constitution. They find some small loophole. They boom like the constitution. That way they tell I say Aijo, we don't see something where we use them. You know say Article 47. It talks again so no proposal no fit be done. We go change the state for the federation for the country now. They say yes that Article 47. It is stop now you president. It is stop now parliamentarian. It is stop now the House of Assembly for do any change. So but now the people get the power. The power of the nation belongs to the people. Now the people be the supreme people. And this very constitution so it no stop you for call referendum. When I know it's be referendum. Referendum it means say me all man come back and decide. All man for pay me come back and decide. Say the constitution so it no stop you for call referendum. You feel call referendum. Now you I to check the thing. I to say yes. I feel call referendum. If I call referendum now I talk say me all man vote whether we go unite the country or we no go unite the country. Say me I talk whether the country they so if they unite I go find or if they no unite I no go find. If I call referendum I call now me all man can vote and then now I go win. I go win no. They tell you say it depends on which way you tell your people them. You go look some kind thing then you tell your men they say nothing that way they. Then I to check I go tell them na say they tell I to say tell them say for run 2 House of Assembly you over expensive. Then they say forget 2 Prime Minister them you over expensive. Say other thing they you over expensive for pay. Say now why the one bring back the pay into one. That way I just come on now in narrative. I just talk say this so the 2 House of Assembly will get one for West Cameroon, we get another one for East Cameroon, we get 2 Prime Ministers, we get House of Chiefs. Say they overtake budget for pay. Say the thing say no fine. Say more unite the pay. So we be that one and each other's brother. Say more don't unite the pay. Let me pay be one. More just get now one National Assembly. And we just get now one Prime Minister. Say more don't unite the pay. Me all man just live together in harmony. Now anyway I just bypass Parliament now. I just bypass Parliament. Through Parliament Zolo. Then it just pass it one time. It going directly now for referendum. Now see for years so now for years plenty people they be divided. Some people say I just no be get right for call referendum. Another one they say I just it be get right for call a referendum. Say power it belongs to the people. But we no mind whether it be get right for call the referendum or it no be get right for call the referendum. We go see now how the referendum it be passed. When after hear now the question for the referendum, do you approve with a view to consolidating national unity and accelerating economic, social and cultural development the draft constitution submitted to the people of Cameroon by the President of the Republic and instituting a republic one and indivisible to be styled the United Republic of Cameroon? We or yes. Now, ma tell you something. The reason why we the people they ever first vote parliamentarians and before parliamentarians they go adopt laws and now because say they so parliamentarians they are educated people them they ever read law they understand the law and they know the effect of the law for people them. Now they be talk say they so me people then decide they draft constitution. How many people they be read the very draft constitution before they go vote for that very referendum? How many normal Garibo them they be read the very constitution before they vote? No man no be read the constitution. All man be just read na the very particular phrase where I don't read them for now. So now all man be read and they go vote for that very referendum. So did they ever talk say this? So una first vote una parliamentarian them. Now them know how to read law. They go vote for una. Now why that way the House of Legislation it exists. So by the way, this very particular phrase, this question where they be asking for the referendum, the phrase it don't really captivate people and say me them vote yes. By the way, option for no be over there. Secondly, that way they be want do the referendum whether Southern Cameroon can join their brothers there for East Cameroon. Una remember that election where Puncha be win endele now. Now only Southern Cameroonians they be vote for that particular referendum. Now they be vote for come whether them like to come join East Cameroon. So that way we don't be now for the referendum say me Southern Cameroon me lost all its power. Why not be only Southern Cameroonians they be vote? It is shown us say they so the whole entire territory it be vote for this referendum. Where according to the 1961 constitution they be do some census. Census na thing where they count all man to pay no. Yes, they be do census where the French population population for pay be na 3,200,000, and then the English population for pay for that time it be na only 800,000 people them. Then now how una expect say this so una fit bring the kind thing? Then talk say me the whole pay vote, then me they vote no. Then we get report say this so plenty ballots then they way they be sent for Anglophone section say me they vote then or plenty ballot them. Say most of that ballot them the option be na either we or yes. So it won't be for 20th May 1972. Now the day that way all man be there for vote. So all man come up for inside the whole territory. All man come up pay no. All man come up vote. It shows say this so the people they will register for vote they be na 3,236,280, and then they show say the people they be finally vote they be na 3,179,634. Then the people they be vote yes they be na 3,177,846, and then the people they be vote no they be na 176, and then the people they be just cast their own empty ballot they be na 1,620. I show now people they be just in a yes and we. Now this day where the whole West Cameroon be totally wiped out, that means say no they be forget about anything we begin to exist like West Cameroon. But now that very day where they want and say make all we will celebrate them every year saying our national day. It just like for can't see person in the house where they stay inside now. Then you tell the person say every year you must celebrate this very day where I can't see your house. The thing they hurt you know. Yes, now so you hurt Anglophone them. That's so you detain Anglophone them. Now wait till that what we call and say the Anglophone problem. Now we will continue. They begin to create a new constitution after the referendum. So after they all do referendum finish now, they get to create a new constitution. We'll see what they be proposal. They passed the famous 1972 law. They passed law number 72/01 of 2nd June 1972, where it be bring in the new constitution. Article 1 for that constitution talk now say this so the Federal Republic of Cameroon, formed from the state of Eastern Cameroon and the state of Western Cameroon, becomes at effective date of this constitution a unity state under the name of United Republic of Cameroon. When I know say the Tory and so most francophone they know because they ever always complain say this so northwest and southwest they over complain say other regions they didn't complain why in the northwest and southwest they complain, but they don't know say the northwest and southwest they be a state, a full state. When I yet where that constitution talk no a whole state. We'll continue. Then the other phrase where they ever give plenty people them push belly no. Another phrase where they ever give plenty people them push belly no. They add them for day. And the phrase this paragraph 1. The United Republic of Cameroon is one and indivisible. Maybe we go check where they do them for flag. Paragraph 5 talk say this so its flag is green, red, yellow with 3 stripes vertical of equal dimensions stamped with a gold star in the center of the red stripe. 1 star just shibaso. Just shibagoyi. Direct. For the position of the vice president and prime minister they know. They just disappear. They just evaporate. Today it shows say this so if president die, then now the president for National Assembly will take over power. So basically thing the way they disappear for the 1972 constitution now, the position for the vice president, the vamoose, the position for the prime ministers of West and Eastern Cameroon, the vamoose, the House of Chiefs, the gage. No, the 2 federal states dissolved and government proclaimed a one-party system where now only CNU now they exist. That means say I just dissolve the all party they know. That means now only CNU now they exist. Then now for 1973 I just create Sonara. Then they start Lingoya, Ngoya the commode. The man the turn Goya, the track Goya, the tum, the one way the tumam. Then the leak your own Goya. It won't be for 1975. The man don't Lingoya sute. The man say and say no. He better me create post for prime minister. Me just create some post for prime minister. So the man signed now law number 75/1 of 9th May 1975, where he go modify the constitution small. He add 3 paragraphs then for article 1, where the 3 paragraphs that they basically talk and say this so they don't create the post of the prime minister, and in the case where president die or president be incapacitated, that means the president of Irono. Say now prime minister now he go take over power. Say no be again president for National Assembly. That way West Cameroon become join East Cameroon now. They be talk say this so if president now francophone, if vice must be now anglophone. Now that way I just be decide for bring back the position of the prime minister. I just not remember say it is so nothing that way they be ever talk for the federal constitution. I just decage the federal constitution. He no mind anglophone them. He bring back prime minister. When I know the first person will be prime minister for Cameroon, the man bring back prime minister. He carry na popo. He put him na popo. Be na the first prime minister for Cameroon. So now law for 1975 he create the post of prime minister, and na popo she don't first person like prime minister. So it won't be now for 1979. For 1979 no, I just cement now with the law number 79/02 of 29 June 1979. Is cement I talk now for this no. If you know day, then na popo they take over power. Say na prime minister they take over power. It won't be for 1982. I just form boot. I just force on big time boot. The man resign. I talk say form boot now because I will resign. He go discover say this so his resignation issue will be resign. You know be not true. He come back to one take over power for coup d'etat. So reason why he resign another day. But if form boot he resign. So as he resign now, popo take over power under the 1979 law. Popo began to take over power. So as he resign, popo take over power. When I say popo take over power for 1982. It won't be for 1983. 1984, Popodon Shidon, he looked that very constitution too. He asked us, say, why did the first caller say the United Republic of Cameroon? Say what to be united for the man passed his own first law. The man passed law number 84/1 of February 4th, 1984. Where the law the come talk na say waiting. It talks say the United Republic of Cameroon shall with effect from the date of entry into force of this law be known as Republic of Cameroon. Take note, the name United don't shake Republic of Cameroon. That means say the last coffin will be remain about Anglophone the way they just they see the coffin now. They don't close that last coffin now, bury them all. That United don't disappear now the Republic of Cameroon. Una know say this so before the East Cameroon one can join the West Cameroon. The East Cameroon their name be now the Republic of Cameroon. They don't can join now West Cameroon start say United Republic. After they disappear with the United now they bring back their own name. It be now Republic of Cameroon. Who say West Cameroon then they no. You know end for them. For 1996 the guy Shidong he talk say this so this constitution this so it don't make sense at all. Say it don't make sense. He suggest say me then chakara the whole 1972 constitution now. Yeah, say me they chakara all things. Say me they bring up another new constitution. So the guy they Shidong for 1996 now they chakara 1972 constitution chakara all. Then they bring into effect law number 96/06 of 18 January 1996 where they bring now new constitution now for PE. For inside the 1996 constitution now they create the Senate as the upper house of parliament. Yeah, when I say senators they know they create an for 1996. Then they establish the constitutional council. Now know that Clement Atangana irreseverable no. That constitutional council where they take care of election where the judge elect so no. Yeah, they create an for that 1996 constitution. Then they increase presidential term for office for 7 years. That means say if it first been 5 years for former constitution it can increase and now say now 7 years. Then they talk say this so the president for Senate now he be now the person where if Popo no day if Popo die now he go take over power say now president for Senate. So now the 1996 constitution it give Marcel Nyan Jifendi the power say if Popo no day like now Marcel Nyan Jifendi go take over power now. So now it won't be for 2008 where he remain now only 2 years be repe Komongoyi village now because if he be now his second and last mandate of 7 years would the check and say this so the repe the Kangoyi village once he repe move with Joker I mean say repe move Joker repe sign law number 2000.
If you're asking my personal opinion to keep Cameroon one must be divisible. Because it's a cliche that Cameroon is one and indivisible. Because it's not true. Culturally we are divisible. Language-wise we are divisible. The law-wise we have inherited that. So anybody who says Cameroon is one and indivisible is a fallacy. And so we would have to handle that issue very squarely and objectively. And that's what I call the truth. The truth must prevail. There is no doubt that there are people of both sides, that cherish their heritage. And the only way of keeping Cameroon together is to respect the respective heritages that we do have. If you're asking